So in this practice, we will take a little bit of a closer look on the alignment of the shoulders. So you will experience some lengthening in the muscles of the front of your body, around your chest, and more strengthening action in the back of the body. All right, let's go. Come to the front of your mat. So I'm going to face you so you can see me here better. You can bring your feet into a hip width apart position and place your hands onto your chest. The hand, not hands. Start to breathe and make your inhalation longer. And as the inhalation lengthens, you will notice that your hand will start to lift up towards the ceiling. Do a few more of those and just observe this natural occurrence. Every time you take a deep breath in, your rib cage will slightly expand, but then also lift. I'm going to play with that today. Then lower your hand back down to the side. So I'm going to face now the front of the mat. Good. So maybe you need a chair, maybe you need blocks, depending on how far you bow forward. Just let your body tell you on which position would be most beneficial for you. Place your hand onto your chest. Take a deep breath in and let your chest rise up towards the sky. Exhale. With your following inhalation, just reach your arms forward and up. Good. And exhale, bring a little bit of tone in your belly area. So you pull your belly button in, there is some tone. With your following exhalation, shift some weight to your heels and bend your knees. On an inhale, lift your chest back up, and exhale, bring your hands together in front of your chest. Inhale, let your chest rise. Exhale, let the arms come down to the side. Use your inhale to move your arms forward and up. Exhale, bend your knees. On an inhale, straighten your legs again. And exhale, hands together in front of your chest. Let's do that a third time. With an inhalation, there is some expansion. And exhale, the arms come down to the side, but your chest stays lifted. Reach your arms towards the front and up over your head. And then use your exhale to come back down to a seated posture. Inhale, lift your chest and legs. Lift your legs, lift your chest, and hands together in front of your heart. Now we take this a little further. So once again, you will decide if you need to place your hand maybe on a chair, or maybe you can place your hands on the block, or maybe hands even all the way down to the floor, but be careful that your low back will agree with this decision. All right, here we go. We'll repeat the beginning. First breathe, always breathe. Inhale, the chest lifts. Keep the chest lifted, let the arms come down to your side. Reach your arms forward and up over your head. As you exhale, bend your knees, maybe a little deeper this time. Good, take a deep breath in, lift your chest one more time. And then exhale, let the hands either come down to the chair or to your blocks. Keep your legs bent at this stage. Lift your chest towards the front of the room. And exhale, you can round your upper body a little bit here. Once again, lift your chest towards the front, hold. Next exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine so that your core is strong. And then step your right leg back and lower the heel down to the floor. For some of you, it might be a little bit of a shorter stance, but some of you might be a little bit of a longer stance. So find out where you still feel stable enough that you can place both hands onto your front knee and then maybe onto your hips. Keeping the front leg bent, bring your hands to your chest. Here, press through your back foot. You want to push it really strongly into the floor so that the whole back leg is strong and toned, and turn your chest towards the front again. Good. Lift your chest as you inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down to the side. Reach your arms forward and up. Keep your arms up, and as you exhale, maybe bend your front knee a little bit more. Inhale, lift your chest back up again. And then exhale, maybe bend your front knee a little more. Hold. Breathe through your nose. And see every exhalation as an opportunity to retone the muscles of your core. Then start to bow slightly forward. Place your hands into the appropriate place and step forward with your legs bent. So we can build strength. Go a little deeper into your knees. Look straight forward. Once again, strong low belly. And then inhale, reach your arms forward and up. This all here will strengthen your back body a lot. So if you feel your muscles in your back body, it's a good thing. Then straighten your legs all the way, look slightly up. And exhale, hands together in front of your chest. Take a breath. Inhale, extension through the chest. Arms come down to the side as you exhale. Reach your arms forward and up. Good. And then bend your knees again so your legs can get stronger and stronger. Yoga does not just make you flexible, it also really builds a lot of strength. Good. Then exhale, let the hands come down to your chair or your blocks. Stay here, lengthen your spine towards the front of the room and then round your upper body. One more time, straight arms. Look straight forward, the chest reaches forward, and then step your left leg back. Yeah, so the width of your stance depends on your capability, so you can take a few steps to see where you feel stable but also challenged. Bend your front knee, look forward, bring some tone into your legs, and then place your hands onto your front knee. Like, okay, this is good. Bring your hands to your hips, look forward. Right, we repeat again, hands together in front of your chest. Full breath in, chest rises, lift up. Exhale, arms come down to the side. Reach your arms forward and up towards the sky. Good, and then sink a little deeper into your front knee. Inhale, energetically extend from your hips up through your fingers. Get long, keep that extension, but exhale, sink a little deeper into your front knee. One more time to really stabilize the muscles of your low belly by drawing it in. And then sink even a little deeper. Hold. Breathe through your nose. Then let the hands come down to the side and forward, wherever you can reach. Keep your right leg bent. Let the left leg come forward too, feet are parallel, hip width apart. Look straight forward. One more time, arms come to the side, up over your head, reach your arms up. Good, and hold. Nice. So these are, again, basic poses, but not gentle. It does not say gentle because we do need more stability and stronger muscles for good posture. So a little bit of struggle here is not a bad thing. Straighten your legs all the way and exhale, hands together in front of your heart. All right, similar, but not the whole same. Reach your arms forward and up again. And then you bring your palms together and behind your head. Yeah, so, and then you can push your head lightly into your hands. So we have a little bit more opening in the front body. And try not to get your elbows all the way apart from each other. You want to be able to kind of see your elbows or the upper arms in your peripheral view. Yeah. So in this position, once again, take a deep breath in and sit back into your imaginary chair. Once again. This is harder with this hand position, yeah? So this is on purpose to build the strength in your back. Keep looking forward. And the more you sit down, the more difficult it becomes to keeping your torso moving back. Yeah, so make this a welcome intensity. Shouldn't hurt. Good, then release the hands down. Blocks or chair. You can straighten your legs maybe a little bit more now as you get warm. Lift your chest to the front. Bow forward. Bring weight onto your left foot. Take your right leg back. So now this time, wiggle maybe your foot an inch or so further back. It's the same leg position, but maybe you go a little more in length, have a wider stance. Or are you still here? Reach your arms up out in front of you. Chest stays lifted as you bring your hands to the back of your head. Good, so now strengthen your legs a lot. Low belly is toned. Inhale, lift your chest. And then push your head lightly into your hands with the idea that your heart, your chest wants to face more up towards the ceiling. Not just the chin. And hold. One more breath. And then reach the arms up, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, come on partially forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Then lean forward and step forward with your legs bent. Yeah, you might be down here. Good. And then reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, hands together in front of your chest. Take a breath. Reach the arms forward and up. Get your hands behind your head. Again, start praying. You may need it, like you did before. Let your head snuggle against your arms and make sure the elbows stay not too far apart from each other. Fuzzy in my face. Duh, you got it. Good. As you deep breath in, tone your belly by moving the belly button towards your spine, and then start to sit down. So maybe you just sit down a little bit, but then you can test. All right, let me get stronger here while I'm doing my yoga practice, so you can start to sit down deeper and keep weight more on your heels and hold this posture. Gotta bring some effort into lifting your chest, otherwise you will round up here. So push your chest back, hold. Then straighten your arms and exhale, lower the hands down to chair or blocks. Lengthen your spine to the front, bring weight onto your right leg and reach back with your left leg. Anywhere where your body feels capable but challenged. Lift your torso up. Inhale, arms come forward and up. Prayer position behind the back of your head. All right. Look straight forward. Legs are firm. Low belly is firm. Inhale, lift your chest. Push your head into your hand, curl like lightly. Yeah, so here. Maybe your pose is here. It's a beautiful pose. All right. So we held the first side a little longer, so we'll do that here too. Yeah, so push your left heel strongly into the ground as your chest is lifting. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Good, lean partially forward, hands to your hips, and step forward. Maybe it's a few steps for you, that's all right. Good, hands onto the chair or onto your block. Lift your chest. See how my low back is curved? You can even bend your knees a little bit more to increase the low curve of the low back. And then we go the opposite way with your knees bent. Round. Curve. Look towards your belly button, draw your belly button in. Move your chest forward, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. And then do that one more time. Place your hands onto your thighs. And inhale, lift all the way back up. Wonderful. There is the strap. Good. So grab your strap or maybe a rope, whatever you have. So I'll show it in slightly in this angle here. So the hands out in front of you. Like we did in all these other postures, utilize the inhalation to create some expansion and extension in your torso. Now here, one more thing. The shoulder blades are on your back, as we know. Draw them a little bit closer towards your spine, not as much as you can, just slightly. So there's a little bit of tone in the muscles between your shoulder blades. That's very important. The head wants to always pop forward in this one, so make sure that your head stays right over your heart, and then reach the strap up over your head. So I'll turn around. You can always stay in the same position. I'm just showing. Good. So that if I keep the strap, the space between my hands that's short, I can't move any further. So I will make the space between my hands long enough until the strap finally goes, or it's wide enough so that my shoulders can be here in line with my hands be in line with my shoulders. And then once you're back here, pull on the strap just enough so there's tone. Yeah, so again, the head again really wants to be forward all the time. Remind yourself, move the back of your head or the tips of your ears towards the back of the room and hold. And slowly release. Good. Release the strap. Good. Find a space at a wall. If you're at home and you cannot be at a wall and see me, maybe watch first. Pause the tape and then do the pose one more time. So what we'll do here is, think here you can see me well. Your right hand will be on the wall. I'm about 2 inches away from the wall with my chest. Feet are parallel. Bring your other hand to your hip. And then push the hand that's on the wall strongly into it so there's firmness in your arm. And this is your elbow crease. Rotate it up towards the ceiling. This will align your shoulder joint most optimally for the next part of the pose. So I'm actively rotating my elbow crease up and push the hand into the wall. With this, slowly start to turn your chest away from the hand that's on the wall. And like we did before, shoulder blades pull towards each other and you rotate. See, my feet are moving too in order to create a good stretch here in the pectoralis muscles. Rotate. Good. And then slowly come on out and switch sides. So I'm going to show it here on this wall. Place your hand against your wall, other hand to your hip. Take a deep breath in, chest lifts. Push the hand into the wall, rotate the elbow crease up. Keeping this, slowly turn away from your own shoulder and let both shoulder blades travel towards the spine. Good. If your arm gets numb or tingly, you're probably too far in the pose or somewhat misaligned. So back off a little bit. You don't want to start to stress out your nerves. We're here to lengthen the muscles. And slowly release. Say goodbye to your wall. Come on back. So now, options. You can hold on to your strap in a very short position and hold on to your strap behind your low back. Yeah, so you may have some shoulder injuries, or you're just like really strong if you have a lot of muscles. Flesh, literally. It's just compact and it's going to be very hard for you to clasp your hands behind your low back. Or you can interlace your fingers and do that behind your low back. So I'm going to show the strap version today. Good. So go come to the short edge of your mat where we started out from. Good. Either hands clasped or you're holding on to your strap. Look straight forward and first begin to pay attention to your breath. Inhale, the chest rises and shoulder blades travel towards the spine, just enough. Yeah, so you still want to feel that you're not completely rigid and it hurts, just enough so there's some opening in your chest from here to here. With your hands clasped or the strap, start to move your hands towards the space behind you. Stage 1. And if you want to add more, you can once again sit down in your chair, a little up higher, sit down a little lower, and do your best to keep your chest lifted. Breathe. Good. And every time you exhale, your low belly can firm, so there is good stability around your core. Then straighten your legs and release the hands. If you need the strap, put it over your shoulder because we're going to use it again in a moment. Inhale, arms go back up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees. Bring your weight towards your left foot and then reach back with your right leg. So some of you will end up in a more shorter variation of this pose. Yeah, so the front knee is right over the front ankle, and you can then test. Yeah, so find out where you are in this position. You feel a little challenged, but not completely unstable. So if I go too far, it's like, oh my God. Yeah, so you need to find a position where some stability is still present. Grab your strap or interlace your fingers behind your low back. Good. So align your front knee right over your front ankle. Good. Take a deep breath in. Same. Chest rises. Shoulder blades move towards your spine foot tone. And a little bit of opening in your chest. And then this shoulder, your left shoulder, will move towards, just directional, towards your left knee. So as you exhale, belly draws in, and you start to move your shoulder, but try not to round forward. You want to keep the chest open here. Good. Yeah, so for some of you, you bow forward a lot. Maybe you stay up here. Again, you want to find a position where you could smile. So there's still some joy. And definitely where you still can breathe. Then undo the clasp or drop the strap for a moment and just reach your arms past your ear towards wherever they are pointing. Get really long. Inhale, come on back up. Hands to your hips. Heel toe your back foot back in again. Once you feel stable enough, step forward. All right, if you dropped your strap and you need it on the second side, grab it again. All right, I'll show it here from the other side so you don't look at my back. All right, interlace the fingers behind your low back. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest. Then move your interlaced hands towards the space behind you and sit down in your imaginary chair. Good. Sit down a little deeper, lift your chest up a little higher, and exhale, belly becomes stronger. Then straighten your legs, reach your arms up over your head. Good, I'm just turning on my mat so I can still face you. Good, then bring your hands to your hips. Now we move on to the standing pose. Take a deep breath in. Bend your legs a little bit. Bring weight onto your right leg and step your left leg back. So, yeah, once you're here, maybe like, ooh, that was a little bit too ambitious. I'm going to shorten that stand again, or the opposite way. Yeah, so find out where you need to be. So I'm going to be like somewhere here in the middle. Interlace your fingers or have your strap behind you. Good. Align your knee right over your front ankle. Don't be afraid to just look. It's like, okay, check, got this. Very good. If you want to do one more thing, you can engage the glutes so there's more stability in your back body. Take a deep breath in, chest rises. Move your shoulders towards each other, hands away from your hips. Good, so now it's the right shoulder. Pull your belly in first, and then slowly start to bend over your right side. And really listen to the quality of your breath. If it starts to stop or it doesn't flow anymore, back off a little bit. Yeah, you gotta fuel your yoga poses with a good deep breath. Undo the clasp or drop the strap and reach your arms past your ears in that direction. Work really strong. Glutes really strong. Hold. And inhale, come on back up. All right. From here, hands to your hips. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Come to the front of your mat. You might just walk over here so I can still face you. All right. I'm gonna go down to the floor now. You will need one block and put that block right next to you. So lay on your back. Place your hands onto your thighs. With your feet hip width apart. Push your soles of the feet into the floor, but just lift the toes a little bit so you're kind of still aware that the feet are still part of this practice. They're not just hanging out back there. Lift your chest as you inhale, and then push your head into the floor, just enough so that there's some tone in your back body, nothing overdoing. Push your shoulders into the floor, hold. Then push the elbows right next to you into the floor so that your chest can lift up and you can move your shoulders a little bit more underneath. Good. And you just stay here. Yeah, so there's action. I'm lifting my toes, shoulders and head are pressing into the ground, and chest lifts. Yeah, so with effort. I'm not just laying here. Breathe. You could stay here. If you want to take it one more progression, you place your block now underneath your hips so that the hips become a little higher. Everything else action-wise remains exactly the same. Elbows, shoulders, head press into the ground, chest rises. And then extend your right leg to the floor. Make sure your kneecap faces straight up towards the ceiling. Good. And just hold this posture again with good attention. And always make an effort to make your breath long and smooth and even. Bend your right leg. Extend your left leg. Good. But you could also still be in this position if you do not want to do the block. But do, as I tell my students all the time, do something. All right, so extend your left leg while taking care of your foundation here. That is your shoulder girdle and your head. Taking care means you're pressing into the ground so there's stability. From that stability, you extend out through your left leg. Bend your leg again. Remove the block. Once again, place your hands onto, it's right here where the hip creases are, and the heels of the hands go into the hip crease. My low back lifts away from the floor, and you can push your hands into the top of your thighs. It will give you some length. Good. And then, like we did in many poses, belly button pulls in. Now bring your arms to the side like a T, palms face up. Bring your knees and feet together. Good. And then very slowly start to move your knees over towards your right. If you have herniated discs, I would suggest to put a block underneath your knees in this higher position so the twist doesn't become too deep. Or any low back pain, the twist doesn't feel good, this should take care of it. Here I'm grounding my left shoulder into the floor as I'm actively twisting my knees towards your right. Or my right in this case. Good, then we go to the other side. So So the knees will go to the left. As I'm pushing my right shoulder into the floor, the knees move to the left. Use your inhale to come on back towards the center. All right, and then the final pose, yay. Pull your knees towards you. Just hold on to the front of your knees. Look up towards the ceiling, straight up, and pull your knees slightly towards your chest. You can rock a little bit. My students usually like that. Gives your low back a little bit of a massage, and if it doesn't feel good, just don't do it. All right, and now most important, we need to rest. So extend your legs to the floor. If you don't have a blanket right now here, you could use a blanket or a bolster underneath your thighs. If you have low back issues or just laying flat on the floor just does not feel good at all for whatever reason, this usually takes care of it. Just letting the thighs lift up a little bit. And if laying on the floor without any support for the head, because your chin looks more like this, then just use also the blanket instead, maybe behind your head, so that your front of your neck does not feel hyperextended, so that there is some relaxation. Like for me, this block would be now too high, but for some of you, this may feel just fine. Move this down. Lay down a little longer, just turn off the video so you don't have to listen to me anymore. If you're ready to get up, take a deep breath in. Long exhale. One more. Begin to move your toes and your fingers. Roll your wrists. Ankles. And based on how your body feels, you could either just sit up, roll to either your right or your left side, depends which side feels better for you. If you're laying on your side, support yourself with your hands. Slowly come back up to a seated pose, cross-legged seated position. Please let your hands come together one more in front of your chest. Thank you so much for taking time for your own well-being to practice yoga. Namaste.